Before I started my mission of decluttering my life this year, I genuinely thought that it would be as simple as just picking something to declutter every week or picking a bad habit to address, film myself, and then move on to the next project each week for 52 weeks until at the end of the year, I would finally have my shit together. And what I didn't take into consideration, despite having a psychology degree and over 12 years of experience as a professional counselor, is that after I tackled a project and turned the cameras off, I was going to have to maintain that every day, forever. So after you saw this, and this, and this, I found myself waking up to this. Day after day after day after day. And some days, I just really don't have it in me to keep up with everything. Whether I'm too tired or too overwhelmed or too premenstrual or preoccupied or overscheduled or overworked or over it. I don't know. It's really hard to continue to feel like this is worth it. Quite frankly, it often feels like life was just easier before I started caring and I just accepted living in chaos. Maybe trying to keep a tidy home isn't possible for some people, and I was starting to think that maybe some people included me. Maybe my vision was too ambitious. Maybe I don't deserve a clean home. Maybe I don't deserve to live in a beautiful, peaceful environment. Maybe... Okay, all right, stop. It's only March. It's way too early to be giving up on my goals for the year. And I have put in too much work to stop now. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it sucks to do what feels like the same thing over and over again. But change is hard. And the only way to do it is to just get through it. So is changing your habits hard? Absolutely it is. It is the hardest thing I've ever tried. And that includes giving birth. This is harder than that, because this is taking sustained attention and motivation and discipline. I've never done anything like that. Becoming a disciplined person who cares about my home and having it be a welcoming environment is an embarrassingly difficult thing for me right now. I grew up in chaos. In my 20s and 30s, I continued to live in chaos when I was on my own. So to wake up at 40 years old and decide that I want to have a whole system reboot, it's noble, but I have to remember that I can't just expect everything to change because I really want it. It's gonna take some work, and it's definitely going to be uncomfortable. What I know from my life as a professional counselor is that anything worth changing is worth working for. And change happens over time. Building new habits, building new strategies, and maintaining that motivation over a long period of time is difficult. But by making a plan, trying it out, and then reviewing how things are going, it can absolutely be possible. Life changes when you are willing to be objective and to refine your processes along the way. So even though I am still resistant sometimes to picking a specific method or following a well-known decluttering system, and even though there are many days where my willpower is lacking or I just feel like giving up, I am committed. Even when my day-to-day progress feels completely imperceptible, so tiny and minute that it doesn't feel like it even exists. I know that my family and I are going to enjoy our space so much more when we have less stuff, more space, and more time. So, to you and me, who may be angry and discouraged and stressed and struggling. Keep going. Keep doing the hard thing anyway. Even when you're bitter, even when you're exhausted, even when you think it is impossible to do the same thing for the 500th time in a row. Just do it. Take breaks when you need to. Listen to your body. Allow yourself to rest if you need to rest. I just had to do that last week. But don't let it go for too long. Pick up where you left off. Don't tell yourself that, oh gosh, I quit and now it's too late and I don't want to start over. You're not starting over. You are picking up where you left off and you're gonna keep going. We are gonna figure this out and we are gonna get to the other side this year. To follow along on my journey and see if I make it, subscribe and make sure that you hit the notification bell because we are going to do this together, whether it feels good or not. And I guarantee you by the end of this year, we're going to see a difference and we're going to be in a whole different place than we are today. Just keep going and do it anyway.